Good morning, children. Welcome to Sunday School. Today, we are going to learn about something that seems so crazy. Do you guys know what a donkey looks like? What does a donkey say? What is the noise a donkey makes? Does anybody know? Did you go? Have you ever heard a donkey talk just like I'm talking right now? I haven't either. And you know what? We are going to learn about a donkey that talked, that legitimately actually talked in words like I'm speaking right now. That was Balaam's donkey. Balaam is who our story is about today. Have a look at this. Here's Balaam, and here is his donkey. And what's up here? There's an angel up here in this corner. There's Balaam and his donkey going off down the road. Do you guys know what a timeline is? A timeline is when you put a line and then you put things that happened along the line so you can see how in time it all worked. So that's what we're going to do with our story today. We are going to make a timeline of our story so you can see it happening as it happens. This time, I'm not going to read our Bible verses first. Instead, I'm going to tell the story first. The story is found in Numbers. I believe it's chapter 22. Yes, Numbers chapter 22. We are going to learn about Balaam and his talking donkey. So, for the first part of our timeline, this is our picture. This picture is about God's people, the children of Israel, the Israelites, camping in the fields of Moab. See, they're camping by the Jordan River. They just finished having a mighty battle with the Amorites, and they won. They were minding their own business, just having a good camp, no more fighting, when Balak, the king of Moab, heard that they had beaten the Amorites, and he was afraid that next the Israelites were going to come and attack his people. Look at their faces. Oh, no. Ah! They don't want to be attacked. So, this is the first thing that happened. So, we'll put it first here on our timeline. So, first, they were camping. And the people of Moab were afraid that they were going to come and fight. So, what happens? King Balak sent messengers with gifts. He sent lots of gifts to a prophet named Balaam. And he said to Balaam, "Would you come and curse the Israelites so that they cannot come and fight us and destroy us? Instead, you curse them so that they will be destroyed. We want bad things to happen to them." Oh, no, this doesn't sound very nice for the Israelites. So next, we're going to add this to our timeline. All right, what do we think happens next? Oh my goodness, look at all those gifts. Would you like to have that many gifts? Well, I sure would. That looks awesome. All right, next, Balaam told the messengers he would have to ask God. So remember when we talk about praying, how sometimes we ask God and sometimes God says no. And this was one of these times. He said, "No, you cannot go and curse my people. Those people are blessed. They are my people." So Balaam sent the men away and said, "No, God does not give me permission to curse these people." So he said, "No." Can you all say no? So next on the timeline, he said no. Well, Here's King Balak again. He was not happy. He was like, what is going on? I give him gifts and he didn't come and curse these people. So he promised he would give Balaam many riches and in a position of honor. Maybe he would be a prince or someone that was honored in Balak's kingdom. So that's what happened next on our timeline. Wow. So we have them camping. Then Balak sends gifts. Then Balaam says no, because God told him no. Then the king sends more gifts. Wonder what will happen next. What do we think? Well, again, God spoke to Balaam. He said, Balaam, if the messengers ask one more time, you go. If the messengers ask one more time, you go with them, but you are only to do as I tell you to do. But Balaam didn't wait for the messengers. He didn't wait like God said. Instead, he saddled up his donkey and he went and followed those men who brought riches. He went and followed them back to the king's camp. He did not wait like God said to wait. Oh, no. What is going to happen now? So this is our next guy. He didn't wait. Next. God was very angry. He sent an angel in Balaam's way with a flaming sword. Oh no! With a flaming sword. So, let's add this to our timeline. Then there was a flaming sword. Yikes. I don't think God was happy because he sent out a flaming sword. That doesn't sound like happy behavior to me. I think Balaam should have waited, don't you? I think he should have. Let's see what happens next. What is going on here? Even though Balaam could not see the angel, God allowed the donkey to see the angel. And when the donkey saw the angel, she went off the road and trotted into a field. And Balaam got so angry, he beat his donkey and took her right back up onto the road. That is mean. She's helping him and he just doesn't know it. So we're going to add this next on our timeline. The donkey went off into a field. Now what's going to happen? Oh my, what does this look like? The donkey saw the angel was blocking their way again after Balaam put her back up on the road. And they were in a spot on the road where there was walls on both sides. And so she went and rammed Balaam's foot up against the side of the wall because she was trying to get away from the angel with the flaming sword. Balaam screamed in pain. And what do you think he did next? He beat his donkey. Just like when she went off in the field, he beat his donkey. Well, even worse, now she's hurt him and crushed his foot, so now he's really angry. There's steam coming out of his ears. He's so mad. He beats his donkey again. That goes next on our timeline. Oh my, this story. Whew. Uh-oh. After going a little further down the road, the donkey saw the angel again. You see the angel? I see the angel. So, she had nowhere to go, so she just sat down and she would not budge. She wouldn't move. She's like, there's an angel. There's a flaming sword. I'm not moving. Forget it. I'm not moving. What do you think Balaam did? Does this look like a happy face to you? Doesn't to me. Balaam got angry, and what did he do? I'll give you one guess. You're right. He beat his donkey. Again. Let's add that to our timeline. Now, he's beating the donkey again. Suddenly, all of a sudden, in the middle of nowhere, the donkey says to Balaam, "What did I do to you that you're beating me?" The donkey talked. And you know what? Balaam was so mad at the donkey and so angry and beating her so hard, he didn't realize that she was talking at first. He was so mad. He said, "You're making fun of me. If I had a sword, I would kill you right now." I am glad that I am not a Balaam's donkey. Can you imagine? She's trying to keep him safe. She's trying to stay out of the way of the flaming sword, and he wants to kill her with a sword now. This is crazy. And she talked. Can you imagine if you had a pet donkey that talked? That would be the coolest donkey ever. Everybody would want that donkey. Oh, the donkey reminded Balaam, "You know what, Mr. Balaam? I've never misbehaved before. Never, never." And then all of a sudden, Balaam saw the angel. The angel that the donkey had saw the entire time. The angel that she was protecting him from the entire time. And he was beating her, and she was doing her best. This donkey saved Balaam's life because he kept her from the donkey kept Balaam from the angel. And if the angel had have got Balaam, that would have been the end of Balaam, because Balaam was disobeying God. Balaam was trying to go down the road to King Balak when God said no. God said, "Wait." And Balaam was not listening. So the donkey, Balaam's donkey, in this picture, saved Balaam's life. And he beat her, and he beat her, and he beat her. But she saved his life. Balaam needed to listen. Our memory verse for today is, "Blessed is he who hears the word, who hears God's word and keeps it." That is found in Luke 11:28. So we need to hear God's word into our ear. We need to hear it. And that blesses us. But not only are we blessed by hearing, we also have to keep it, which in our terms, in our words today, means obey it. So the verse says, in our words that we can understand, blessed, good things will come to those who hear God's word and obey it. So that is our verse. Remember, Balaam heard God's word. God said, "Wait," and Balaam heard that, but Balaam didn't listen. He didn't obey. He didn't keep the word. He went about and tried to do it his way, and he was nearly killed. If it hadn't been for his donkey, that would have been the end of Balaam right then and there. So remember, all the things that we find in the Bible that God says you should do, like obey your mom and dad, honor your mother and father, no killing, no stealing, all of the commandments, to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. We are to not just hear these words, but we are to obey them. We are to keep them, and then we are blessed. Good things will come our way, and God will take care of us. All right, that's the end of our lesson for today, and the end of our timeline about the talking donkey of Balaam. And you come back next week, and we'll see what other stories that are found in the Bible that we will learn about as the weeks go on. So this one was found in Numbers, which is in the Old Testament, right at the beginning of our Bible, in Numbers chapter 22. If you want to look it up for yourself, you can read the entire story and it'll tell you all the details there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next week.